I'm now going to show you a whole new way to set up your kimuras. Alright, and this next setup I call the Kimura lockdown. Alright, and this is a way of setting up kimuras off of your back. Alright, and primarily we're going to be working from the bottom half guard, but you can also use this from an open guard or even an open half. Okay, but this is a very powerful series that you're going to see later on that ties into a Kimura trap, and they can go back and forth with each other. Okay, particularly against opponents who are a little more advanced, the Kimura lockdown gives you a new way of attacking and finishing. Okay, so we're going to go over how to set up the Kimura lockdown and then finish with the Kimura. Let's go ahead and break this technique down. So we're going to start from bottom half guard. Okay. Now I want to have space. If he's super tight with me, like chest to chest, it's a no-go. I can't do this yet. Okay, so I need to have space. So some basic principles of being able to use the bottom half guard effectively is that you want to be on the side where your leg's trapped. If you look at me right now, my left leg is trapped between his legs. Okay, so that means I should be resting on my left side. If I'm flat on my back here, I have no juice. Right? There's nothing that I can really do effectively. Right? So I want to be resting on my side. The other thing I want to do is if I want to keep space, I want to have my top arm, okay, my right arm, and I want to place it right underneath his neck. Okay, and I can use like a hook sort of to clasp that shoulder. And now, when I have this, I can effectively control the distance. Right? Because if he tries to smother me here, when I push out, every time he tries to push in, he's choking himself. The other thing is that he can't really make an underhook, all right? Because my elbow is lifted off the mat. So it's a good way of preventing the guy from trying to get you into squeeze passes or whatnot. All right, and finally, my top leg here can come on the inside across the belly, and I can also use this to help create space. So with all these things, three things combined, you can create a lot of space from the bottom half, all right, which is going to give you room to set up this Kimura. Okay, so right now I'll start here as my reference point, and all I'm going to do is look for this arm, okay, on the far side, control the wrist. Now I'm going to shoot up by putting my left elbow on the ground and sit up, boom, right here. I'll go ahead, I'll make my Kimura, okay, and if he's giving me no resistance, I could just fall straight back into the Kimura right here, and I could finish him from the half guard. Right? If I crank there, it's a done deal. Okay, so that would be the ideal situation because it'd be very quick and easy. Okay, so again, I'm here, shoot up, boom, I take the Kimura right here. All right, but a lot of times the guy is going to be able to defend. Right, he might be able to hold his shorts or grab his other hand, and he's defending here. All right, so when that happens, now he's still tight to me. I have to create some distance. All right, so I'm going to sit up and I'm going to pop my hips into him, much like I would with a hip over sweep. Okay, so I'm going to pop into him and then I'm going to scoot back. Okay, and you see now I create a lot of space, which is going to allow me to get this leg all the way over and tucked into his hip. Okay, so now I got this foot on the hip. My other leg, if we angle off a little bit, right here, okay, is hooking his far leg. I have the Kimura, all right, and then finally, as always when I do the Kimuras, I want to have my chest tight to his elbow, okay. At this point here, I can finish the Kimura just by pulling up right here, all right? And this position we call the Kimura lockdown, all right? Because it's very difficult for this man to work because I've isolated his defending side over here, okay? And this is a great position to work a lot of attacks from. You know, particularly if the guy was grabbing his shorts here, okay? With this foot on the hip, I can just stretch it out, break the grip. And it doesn't take much, right, to get the tap right here because of the unique position that we're in with the Kimura lockdown, okay? So this foot becomes a big factor because I could kick his leg out. If he was locking his hands, I could even just kick the hands, break them, all right, and then apply the Kimura here. All right, so that was the Kimura lockdown, finishing with the Kimura. Some common mistakes people make when setting up the Kimura lockdown from the half guard. All right, so I'm in the half guard, okay? First thing is attacking the right side. I don't want to twist over here, all right? Because now I'm just giving him my back, all right? Totally wrong position, all right? So beginner mistake there, all right? So I want to attack on this side, all right? So I come, I sit up, lock my Kimura, all right, and a lot of times what gives people trouble here is creating the space, all right, because if I'm flat on my back here, I can't get this leg over his head, all right, and if you don't get the leg over, you're not going to be able to finish the technique, all right. So let's adjust our angle. Okay, so when the guy's smothering me like this, I gotta make space, all right? So I'm gonna create that space by sitting up right here and then try to hip him over. Boom. All right, but even then, I still got more work to do because if I just fall back down, he can still block that leg. Okay, so when I sit up, I wanna throw my hips away from him. Here, boom. Okay, because now you can see I can clear his head and get my leg in front and blocking his hip. Okay, so when we twist to another angle, okay, I want this foot to finish right here inside the hip. Okay, I also want my chest to be tight to his elbow. If I'm leaning back all the way like this, you see my arms are extended, he can easily straighten his arm out, all right, and unwind the Kimura lockdown. All right, so the Kimura lockdown, I want to be curled up into him like this. Okay, so now I have more control of the arm, all right, so I can easily finish this Kimura. Okay, so those were some common mistakes that are made when setting up the Kimura lockdown. If you enjoyed the Kimura trap system technique you just saw, leave a comment, share it with a friend, or just like it to let people know your opinion. And if you want to learn more techniques on the Kimura trap system, get the free Kimura Trap DVD, which has 5 techniques that you can't find online, and all you gotta do is put in your name and your email on the form to the right to get access to that free DVD. Thank you and have a great day.